Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, CQC is available for testing. Check it out. So, I got some feedback concerning my idea that CQC will just be automatic and you won't be able to control it. You can semi-control it now, but it is mostly based on a dice roll. You can control it by... Well, the idea is, if you try to attack an enemy close range, in any capacity, with a gun or with melee, they will parry you. Well, except for this guy, apparently. You try to attack them, they'll do that. But if you satisfy a certain amount of requirements, you'll be able to parry them instead. You'll do a reversal. You need to have greater unarmed skill, greater melee skill, and you have to succeed like an invisible dice roll, and you'll likely win. But if you have greater unarmed, greater melee, then you'll reverse their parry. But if you just try to attack them straight up, oh, come on, attack back. They'll harass you. In this file, my unarmed and my melee skill is low, so they're gonna be likely to just parry me. So the idea is, this mod will make your game. Sorry, I'm turning the volume down. This mod will make your game harder, not easier, and that's by design. It's supposed to be annoying. They have greater health when you're in close range. They're more likely to dodge when you're in close range. Conventional firearms are less effective at close range, and if you try to attack characters, they will just parry you or evade. See, every time I try to attack her, she manages to thwart me. Well, another thing about this game, or excuse me, about this mod that you will see that is really easy to sequence break. It's really easy to screw up the CQC engagement. Like if one person's staggering, I try to mitigate that by giving them incredible damage resistance while they're in the melee animation. But it's really easy to sequence break it, and it's really easy to scuff it up. But I'm going to try to show you all of the animations I've got so far. Attacking with a bladed weapon or unarmed is extremely effective at close range. Oh yeah, and if your back is turned to them, or if you're at an angle, they'll be likely to do that. They will attack you from the rear, and they'll be able to knock you down for a few seconds, and they'll be able to stomp on you. Come on, why is he not... it's really annoying. I scripted it so that if you try to attack them directly, they'll attack you. Or oh yeah, and there's a cool little, like a sword clashing sound effect. If you're holding a bladed weapon. So the reason I'm not succeeding any CQC engagements right now is because my unarmed and melee skill is lower than everybody else's. But if we change that, player.modav melee weapons 99, and then modav unarmed 99, we'll be able to succeed in melee engagements now. But it's still a chance. It's based on chance. Come on. There's no stomping available for the player yet. The benefit to being the player is you can do this. Come on. I want to fucking do a stab animation on you. There. You can do that as the player. And I think in the final release, that will be hidden behind a perk. So you'll need to have a perk in order to be able to do this. And you can do it with the katana too. Stab him in the back. But if you don't have a bladed weapon out, you can still get them out in one hit by knocking them out. Let me try that again. And like I said, it's really easy to sequence break it. It's really easy to get out of sync with the other. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. I might change some of the animations, but I'm pretty satisfied with how every animation looks right now. Let's see. What else am I missing? So, kick me. Come on. Yeah, so they can kick you, and then low-level enemies are more likely to stomp on you. I specifically made it so that low-level enemies are going to be more aggressive, and they're going to be more likely to use dirty tactics, because... and there's a reason that in Project Agility and CQC, they're going to be way tougher, lower-level enemies, like level 1 and level 2 characters are going to be a huge threat now. And that's because, in my opinion... NPCs, humans specifically, that are low level in New Vegas, they're just way too fucking easy to kill. So hopefully the combined effect of CQC and Project Agility will remedy that. And as you can see, you turn your back to them and they're gonna kick you and they're gonna stomp on you. You turn your back to them, and if you're too close, if you're far away, they'll be less likely to knock you down. But if you're really close and your back is turned to them or your side is turned to them, they'll be able to stomp on you. So you might be wondering, like, oh, I want to be able to use melee without CQC. That's still possible. You have to look at them in an angle, though, and, like, move your crosshair such that you're not looking at them, and try to get their rear, try to attack their rear or their side, and you'll be able to successfully do regular melee. But if you try to attack an enemy directly, like just straight on directly, they're going to be able to... Well, not this guy, because he is lower unarmed in melee than me. But if you try to attack an enemy directly, they're going to be able to parry you sometimes. But again, it's RPG based. So I'm just going to stop talking, and I'm just going to showcase what I've got so far. Oh, it is available in first person, but it looks like shit. I just kind of put in the bare minimum. So you can, like, weapon bash them, or if they parry you, it is represented by them just, like, ignoring your weapon bash and kicking you. But if you don't succeed in your weapon bash, they'll duck under it like that. If you do succeed, it'll look like that. And yeah. And then if he wants to kick me again, you can do it. I guess he doesn't want to kick me. He just wants to die. That's okay. Yeah, I'm super proud of what I've got so far. Yeah, that's the kind of shit. That right there is what I'm trying to avoid. Like, being able to... the enemy being able to sequence break the animation by going ragdoll. I did put in a kill switch so that if they go ragdoll while you're being grappled, like, you do like a backwards dodge move to represent you, like, successfully getting out of the grapple. Maybe I'll try to show you what that looks like. Yeah, so the reason I'm failing all these CQC engagements is because they have higher unarmed or melee or both. I need to get my melee up or my unarmed up in order to succeed against them. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, okay. And in first person, they'll just kick you. Okay, the reason I'm succeeding now is because his unarmed is set to 0, because I just crippled his arm. So since I crippled his arm with awesome crippling effects on, awesome crippling effects reduces all of his combat skills to 0. So that's why I'm succeeding now. So if you want to actually succeed against enemies without increasing your skills, just install awesome crippling effects and then cripple their arm. And that's awesome crippling effects 2, not 1. 2, the sequel. Anyway, but this mod is really supposed to be played in third person, so that's the intended method of play. So try not to complain if the game isn't compatible with certain mods in first person, or it just kind of looks like shit in first person, because that's kind of... If you want a weapon bashing mod that'll make the game trivial, there are like tons. There are tons of mods that work in first person that make the game breeze if you just install them, forget about them, and then you could just like press a hotkey. This is not that. CQC is designed to change the way you actually play. You actually have to think about your like engagements now. So if you just try to run up on somebody, they're going to be able to attack you. They're going to be able to thwart you off like that. See? They're stunning me. And as you can see, it's not actually doing any health damage. It's just wasting my time. And that's by design too. Because I figured I want combat engagements to be longer, not shorter. Like every time I look at people playing New Vegas Online, showcasing their awesome mod showcase, making it look like a fucking E3 tech demo, like all the fucking bad guys die in one hit. It's stupid. Hot take, but it's stupid that like enemies should be able to die in one hit, and then like the courier is just fucking a demigod. I think it's ridiculous. With this, you're not a demigod. You're a human being. And if you try to directly attack NPCs, even low-level NPCs, they're gonna fucking fight back, okay? And that's the way it should be. So yeah. The circumstances under which you'll succeed in CQC engagements is really stringent. It's really strict, okay? But like I said, that's part of the design philosophy of CQC. And in Project Agility, they're going to be able to like dodge and evade your attacks too. Yes, you'll be able to do this, but you'll, as you can see, you'll run out of AP quickly. They won't run out of AP because, I mean, it's the same deal with enemies not running out of bullets, right? But you run out of bullets. Like it's just, here's what it comes down to. New Vegas is just too fucking easy, dude. It's just too easy to play. I need an actual challenge. With this, it'll be a challenge. It'll be an actual challenge if you try to strike them. Oh, well, yeah, see. Oh, you saw it. You saw the sequence break. So he was doing a melee grapple on me, but for some fucking reason, the game decided that he needed to be turning to the right. So the game was sequence breaking itself. But I scripted in a special request that if you get too far away during certain sequences, they'll initiate like the backwards dodging animation, which you just saw. So yeah, that was what like resisting grappling looks like. But I might be able to do it again. It's pretty easy to sequence break if you do. I just did a Project Agility dodge while he was trying to throw me over his shoulder. So I successfully evaded his shoulder throw because I just fucking manipulated the system. I just kind of cheated, you know. So let's, come on. Yeah, and he attacked me while he was dead. So yeah, like I said, it's not perfect. There's gonna be problems, and you're gonna see weird stuff like that happen. But I'm trying to mitigate that by making them essentially invincible while they're doing melee attack. But if you want, I can actually show you what it looks like to actually fail and lose and try to win in certain engagements. So I turned God mode off. So this is me actually trying to succeed. Okay, so he died and he was doing melee on me, and that's why I did the get off me. It was like a get off me animation, or like he stepped in dog shit, like get off animation, like he's like trying to evade backwards, you know? Okay, let's try that again. Oh, no, not God mode. Let's try to attack these guys again. Yeah, see? So they're not like pipsqueaks anymore. They actually have agency in like melee combat, and they'll be more likely to get you. Even if you have greater unarmed and melee than them, there's still a chance that they'll parry you. So it's like every time you want to engage in close combat, there's always a chance that they will get you. But I'm open to ideas on how I can make this better. Currently, my preeminent concern is to make it so that it's more difficult to sequence break, because it's so easy to sequence break the engagements. He kicked me, he punched me. Let's try that again. And if one of you is staggering, it just kind of breaks the whole sequence. Oh yeah, and if they kick you over their shoulder or do the grapple like you just did on me, you'll go ragdoll. Woo! And the reason that I can shoot while staggering is because I have, what's it called? Fire anytime. I have that mod on. Oh, and you can't do CQC while you're reloading. I forgot to mention that. So yeah, no, this mod just makes it super difficult in pretty much every capacity if you're in for, close quarters combat. But let me get out, let's get out some melee and put it on God mode, and they don't have increased damage threshold if you're using melee in close combat, so that's good. And like I said, attack their rear. If you attack their rear, they won't parry you. If you attack their side, they won't parry you. And if you're not directly looking at them, they won't parry you. So you wanna, but then again, like you just saw, if they if you show your back to them, they're gonna attack you and knock you down. Especially low-level enemies, they will be way more likely. Especially level 1 guys, they will essentially take the opportunity to use dirty tactics. And I think it doesn't make that much lore sense, but I'm happy with it. I guess the way that I'm gonna validate it in my head is that, like, I guess civilians and like lower level enemies are more likely to use, you know, dirty tactics. So whatever. As you can see, I'm not looking at them directly. I'm not attacking them directly. I'm attacking to their side, or I'm trying to hit their side, and that's how I'm succeeding without being plagued by CQC. Let's get our fists out. Let's try to knock this guy out. Ooh, I knocked him out. Check it out. You get up behind him, and it doesn't even need to be in stealth. You can just get behind him, and if you have fists out, or a power fist, or any sort of gauntlet, or unarmed style weapon, you could knock them out instantly, just by getting behind them. And then, let's see. Oh yeah, you can also do an instant stabbing attack from behind, using a spear as well. This is gonna look stupid, but yeah. Yeah, the spear was invisible. That's just New Vegas jank in general. But I did stab her with a spear. And then, let's see, it works with throwing knives too. Take out a throwing knife, get behind him. Come on, get out of the corner. And if you get behind him, you can, come on, get behind him and you can stab him in the back. If I can do it. There we go. We stabbed him with a throwing knife. And that will work with broad machetes, the machete, the Liberator, the machete gladius, the katana, and knives and switchblades. So that's currently how you can stab people in the neck right now. And like I said, you don't have to be in stealth. You just get up behind them. The way I see it, if you manage to get behind them in combat anyway, it's kind of a reward in and of itself. So you should be able to stab them in the neck. And it's kind of cool, like you're trying to get behind them in combat. You're actually trying to use tactics. You're actually thinking about spacing. Like CQC, the idea behind it is you actually have to think about the engagements you're about to get in. So, also, it just, oh, fucking another melee grapple where he attacks me, but he's facing to the wrong direction. Okay. And then I do a melee on him, of course. And also, the reason that rear attacks are so effective, even out of stealth, is it emboldens the player to actually use melee in combat, even though they can kind of... Oh, cool. I actually killed him with one of my CQC animations. Yeah, I punched him with my left fist. So, let's play this again, and this time I'm going to try to sequence break it. I'm going to try to just abuse the system and screw it up. Yeah, see, he went ragdoll, and he was doing an attack on me, but since he was going ragdoll, I reverted to the dodge backward animation. Yeah, again, fucking, yeah, it's just easy to sequence break, incredibly easy. But if you're not even thinking about it, if you're just like, oh, I'll walk past this guy and attack him, like, oh, that was just like a kind of a shuffling, like, sort of a... I don't know what you call that, like a gritty mistakes being made in combat where it's just like you're grappling each other, but it's just kind of like the the fog of war, like confusion of battle, that animation right there, where you both like touching hands and just like kind of staggering to the side. Oh yeah, it happened right there too. It's just like neither enemy is successful. They just kind of parry each other. Oh yeah, he was choking me, but I managed to get out of it by getting him. He hit me with a spinning attack. Threw me over his shoulder again. That's pretty cool. But yeah, if you're just like, if you're not trying to sequence break, it can look pretty cool. Yeah, but like I keep saying, this mod is not to make your game easier. This is not to, like, empower the courier. If anything, this makes your experience bone-crushingly more difficult. Which, I'm not gonna, like, I don't have any plan on changing that. Nice. Oh! I just thought of a way that I could, prevent the sequence breaking. Oh wait, no, that might not work. Sorry, scripting moment. And also, a lot of these successful attacks that the player can do, they will be hidden behind perks. Like, you won't be able to stab somebody in the neck unless you have the perk, or punch them out cold with the rear attack unless you have the perk. And you won't be able to successfully... Here, let's cripple your arm so that you can't fight back. Cripple your arm so you can't fight back. Hit your arm. Nope. Arm. Okay, his arm's crippled. So, I should succeed. There you go, I succeeded. And even if you cripple their arm, you could still not succeed. See, somehow he's still better than me. Huh, interesting. There you go. I punched him, finally. Oh, and low-level enemies take lesser damage, too. What was I saying? I was saying that, yes, the succeeding in CQC engagements, that will be behind a perk, too. So it'll be even stricter. So to satisfy the requirements for succeeding in CQC, you need to do like 4 things. You need to have better unarmed than your target. You need to have better melee weapons skills than your target. You need to satisfy a dice roll, and you actually need to have the perk. So, in almost every situation. What the fuck, dude? I'm getting really sick of these, like, guys not, performing... yeah, you know what? I might just, like, discriminate against NPCs who are... I see what's happening. They're doing the jamming animation. See, whenever... Oh, or maybe it's reloading. I don't actually know. I might discriminate against NPCs who are, like, using single shotguns in combat. Because it seems like every time they do a hand-loading animation, they just will refuse to do CQC animations. So, I don't know. It's just... There's more testing to be done. And that's part of the reason I'm making it public, so that you guys can actually check out where the incompatibilities are and where it's easiest to sequence break. But yeah, if you're wondering why NPCs are nearly invincible in close range, that's because I'm trying to make it so that you can't stagger them while they are doing melee engagements with you. So yes, if suddenly NPCs are really difficult in close range combat, yeah, part of it is me, like, saying, oh, they're just tougher in close range. But really, the real reason behind it is I don't want them to be able to... Motherfucker. Yeah, he just refuses to do animations just sometimes. I don't know why. Yeah. Part of it is them needing to not be staggered in close range so they can actually do the animations. Come on. Come on. Okay, just don't do any animations, please. Thanks, I guess. Alright, I think I've said enough. Yeah, please install it. It's not going to be available on Nexus Mods until a few, like, bug fixes and incompatibilities are identified. But for now, it's available on my Discord. It should be in the description, and the link in the description. Whatever. Let's just have a little bit more fun. I got some time left, so let's just... Oh, not primp. Load prim. There we go. I'm sure there's something I'm forgetting. In fact, I am forgetting something. So look in the description. Hang on a second. Okay. Look in the description and you'll see what I'm forgetting. Why? Why are they not doing the animations, dude? Fucking why? Okay, reloading. Okay, let's actually try to figure this out in real time. Why they sometimes just refuse to do the animations. Are they too far away or... Yeah, run away, I guess. So he's reloading. He can clearly do the animation while he's reloading. I don't understand. I don't get it. Why just sometimes they just don't want to do it? Okay, I'm satisfying all the fucking requirements to do CQC. I'm looking at him. I'm near him. Okay, maybe I'm actually too far away. That might actually just be it. I might just be way too far away. Like I said, this is not perfect. It's, in fact, I would say it's imperfect. But I really like it. So he hits me. Come on. Oh, shit. Here's another thing. Okay. Here's another thing that you're going to run into problems with. Right now, if you cripple an enemy's arm, or any part of their body, really, they will do that staggering animation, which you just saw. And they can interrupt the staggering animation with a CQC animation. See? He was staggering, but then he punched me. That's not going to be available to you if you don't have dramatic staggering on, because dramatic staggering has this property where other animations can interrupt them. But if you don't have dramatic staggering on and you cripple an enemy's limb and they do a staggering animation, whether it's vanilla or one of the numerous other staggering animation mods, what's going to happen is they're just not going to do the CQC engagement, or they're going to appear to do it, or they're not going to appear to do it, but they'll still like make you go ragdoll or whatever, or like receive health damage. The thing is, they won't do the animation unless you're using dramatic staggering, because dramatic staggering has the special tag in the code which makes it so that if you cripple, if they're doing the animation, it can be interrupted. So he's doing that animation. See, he was just doing the stagger animation, and then he did the kicking animation, which is desired behavior. But that's not going to happen if you don't have dramatic staggering. So just kind of... Oh, God. I need to... This video is so full of information. I need to, like, condense it. But there's just so much stuff to remember. And so many pitfalls and errors that can happen when you're making a mod like this. Oh, okay, cool. So the sequence break kill switch worked that time, where he went ragdoll, but my character did like a backwards dodge because he went ragdoll while he was trying to attack me. So that's good. Yeah, no. I'm pretty happy with what I got so far. Okay, cool. And if you like turn... Oh, shit. This is funny. If you turn while doing CQC, you can like break the appearance of the CQC incredibly easily. I need to take speaking classes or something.